Hi, my name's Corinne Brad, and today I want to show you what you can do with Brother's PT-H200 printer. Now this is a little handheld printer. If you work in an office you might have seen them before, essentially for labelling filing cabinets and documents and things like that, but there is so much more to it than that, especially seeing as Brother have produced a range of colourful and metallic and glittery tapes and ribbons. So you've got this one here, which is a dark blue, a navy blue, gold print on a navy blue ribbon. And handily what they have done is the tapes are in a grey cartridge, whereas the ribbons are in a black cartridge. And you pop them into your machine very easily by taking the back off. It runs off 6 AAA batteries, and you just pop your cartridge in so that you can see the label. So this is white on berry pink. Pop your back on. Make sure you've located the lugs at the bottom before you pop the back on. And then we'll turn it on. And I'll put my glasses on so that I can read it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print a label. The labels that print out, like I've got on my little inspiration book here, they're smudge proof. They come out, when they come out of the printer, they're immediately smudge proof. They have either a matte or a gloss finish on them. They're light fast, and they have a sticky back, so you can apply them to virtually any surface. So for instance, these little labels for popping on your wedding buffet. Gluten-free. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a vegetarian option. So to start with, what you want to do is you want to put in your wording. So you need to press the shift button and then V. So we've got vegetarian. So we'll OK that. And then what you need to do is you need to choose your font options. And you've got this set of buttons down here, which are your options. So we'll go for Brussels typeface and OK it. I want my size of type, you can have large, medium or small. I'm going to go for medium and OK it. Now this one here I've actually chosen an outline font, which is this middle button here. So normal, bold, outline. Shadow, that's the one that I've done, which is quite nice. And OK it. And then I'm going to pop a border around it as well. And let's find a border that matches the one I've already done, which is this floral one, which is going to be the last one on the list, you can guarantee it. Is that the one? Yeah, I think that is the one. And OK it. Once you've done all that, just go through in your head, you've got the spelling right, you've got the font right, you've got your border and everything, and then you press print. It will ask you how many copies you want. I just want the one. OK it. And then as if by magic, my little vegetarian label pops out the top, and this trigger will cut it neatly. So I'm going to pop that across there, but what I want to do is I'm going to cut it to size because I don't want it hanging off the edges. And then also what you want to remember with the tape is rather than do what I did when I first started using this machine, which is sit there for hours trying to pick the tape off the backing, it's actually got a crack back on it. So if you fold it in half lengthways, it comes off really easily. Hours it took me to discover that. Possibly if I'd read the instructions first of all, it wouldn't have taken me so long. So I'm just going to peel half of the backing off so that I can lay it across the middle of my label and rub it down, and then I'll peel the other half off when I'm happy with the positioning of it. So if you've laid it down and then gone, oh no, I've spelt that wrong, it will come off quite cleanly. I was just quickly going to show you how you make these little food labels. Grab yourself a coffee stirrer, and if you've got some circle dies or scallop circle dies, you want to cut a circle of patterned paper slightly smaller than a scalloped circle of plain colour. Grab yourself some glue. Glue the back of your circle. Glue the top of both sides of your stick. And then place your stick on the plain scalloped circle. And then just lay your pattern sheet on top of it. And what I would do is, rather than press down on the patterned paper to leave a visible ridge on the stick, if you flip it over and press it down this side, the stick leaves a ridge on the back of your work, so that when you then come to put your label over the top, it's on a completely flat surface. Oh. And then you can just make yourself another food label. Now you are limited by the width of your label, or the width of your flower. But obviously if you want to put, you know, cheese and onion French sticks or something, you can print out more than one label and then centre them as you put them on there. So that's a very quick labelling project. But also, what I want to do is show you how well it works with ribbon. Now I'm going to take my laminated berry pink tape out of there, and I'm going to pop in a gold on navy ribbon cartridge. Goes in exactly the same way so that you can see what you're using, and when you put the back on, you can see through the little window what tape you've got in there. Let's just clear that, and I'm going to print out some ribbon. Now I've got some ribbon here. This is Donna's gin, my friend Donna, who likes to drop a gin, which is great as a little Christmas tree bauble. It's great for wrapping presents. And what you can do is you can print out a length of ribbon. You know, if you've got somebody's wedding that you're going to or something like that, and you want to wrap their present up, and you want to say, you know, Lou and Charles's wedding, you can do that. And the way that you do that is you start again. Let's just start with Emily's birthday. Oh, text and format, okay. So we'll start with Emily, where's my, there you go. Emily's Gap birthday. I hope you can see this actually on the overhead camera. But it, you know, you've only got a limited screen, so if you're going to type a very long message, you will obviously lose the text. So just double check your spelling of it before you go any further. So we'll OK that. We'll put, let's have it in a Calgary typeface. We'll have it large, and we'll have it in bold. And each time you change the setting of something, you need to OK it. And then if you press this present button here, you can select your category. So I'm going for ribbon, OK, and then select layout. And what you can do is you can have Emily's birthday, Emily's birthday, Emily's birthday running all the way along the ribbon, or you could have a bigger gap between it, or if you've got two messages, you can have repeated two messages, and you can flip it over so it's upside down. I'm actually going to flip it over so it's upside down, so we'll OK it. Input text 1, I've just realised that I should have done this option before I put Emily's birthday in. So let's just pop that in again. Okay, and then set the length. Now, what I would advise that you do is, if you've got some spare yarn knocking around, if you know you've got a certain size present that you want to wrap, if you wrap that present with a length of yarn and tie a bow and cut the ends, and then you unwrap it and then measure that length of yarn so that you know exactly the right amount that you want to print off on your ribbon. It saves waste, and it also means that your ribbon is definitely long enough to wrap your present with. What I would also advise that you do is perhaps pop an extra 6 centimetres onto the length of that so that it doesn't cut off at the end of a word. I don't have a particular present to wrap, but I'm just going to set this, this at the minute is set at 25 centimetres. Let's just do 20 centimetres of ribbon. And remember that the measurement on this is in millimetres. So for 20 centimetres, you obviously want 200 millimetres. We'll OK it, and then we'll print it. Just one copy. And cut it off. Now obviously, if you'd cut a metre of ribbon off, you would have Emily's birthday, Emily's birthday, Emily's birthday, all the way along there. But actually what that does is it gives you quite a nice little tie . And the gap on that one is big enough that you can actually tie your ribbon around something and pull it tight, and you're still seeing all of the wording on there. And the great thing about this ribbon is also, I mean, it's not heat sealed in there, but it doesn't fray. When you cut it, it doesn't fray. And even if you then decide that you want to cut it into a V shape at the end, it still doesn't fray. So it's one of those things, you will find multiple uses for this. When I first started using this printer, my boyfriend said, "Oh, can you do me some labels for my Mammoth steam engines, please?" Which I obliged, and he's delighted. And it's one of those things, you know, I was doing things like just putting little labels on my plugs so I knew which one was the TV and which one was my laptop and which one was the phone charger. But with the wealth of ribbons and tapes in different colours that you can get, there is a lot more that you can do with this than just labelling. And it's nice, you know, you can use it in your card making. If you don't have a rubber stamp that says the message that you want, you can print it out. And I do think, you know, the ribbon wrapping side of things, I think even, to be honest with you, the ribbon, because it doesn't fray and because it doesn't smudge and it doesn't wear off, if you need to label clothing, you can print out your own ribbon here and just stitch them into your clothing. So it's a very neat little machine. It will slip into your handbag. You can take it anywhere. You don't need a Wi-Fi connection. You don't need to run it from your smartphone. You just need the cartridges in the back. And I believe the cartridges have about 4 metres of ribbon on them. I did mean to check that. I'm sure it does. I mean, this one here that I've used, which is the gold on navy blue, I've used quite a lot, and that's still got quite a lot of ribbon left on there. So, enjoy that. I say they're very easy to use, they're quite intuitive, and if you miss a step, it will always ask you, you know, it will ask you to confirm things. You'll always need to OK something, but it does mean that you make sure that you're not wasting any ribbon by printing out something that you didn't want. Hope you enjoyed that demonstration. I hope that's given you some inspiration of ways that you can use the PT-H200 mini printer. Until then, please keep safe, and thank you very much for watching. If you've been inspired to create, please share your makes with us in the comments section below. And if you've enjoyed videos by the Crafts channel, hit the like button. Want to see more of us? Then click subscribe. See you next time.